Hey Smaddies, let's get back to school and know more with the Smart Slate. Today's video is based on verbs, but the main type of the verb which we are going to study today is the gerund. Now, what is the gerund? Usually people say when you have ing at the end of a verb, it is a gerund. Yes, you can state the meaning like this, but the actual meaning is a gerund functions like a noun in a sentence, though it is formed from a verb. Even though it is formed from a verb, it functions like a noun. If you make any sentence like, uh, I love cooking, or cooking is my passion, or like teaching is my passion. So your teaching or cooking acts, or you can say functions, like a noun. So all the gerunds end in ing. So it is easier to understand if you see a verb ending with ing at the end, it is a gerund. Let us look at the examples. Teaching is her passion. Now teaching here acts or functions like a noun. It is not a verb, but if you notice the word teach or teaching, you can say it is a verb, and when you add ing to the verb teach, it becomes teaching. So teaching is her passion, and teaching your acts like a gerund, like noun, so it is a gerund. He loves reading. Similar is the case with reading. To read something, obviously it is a verb, an act of reading, writing, cooking, teaching, communicating. But when you add ing to the verb read or teach or cook, it becomes a gerund. Now, gerund is not so simple. The study doesn't stop here. Well, understand the usage of the gerund. So, gerund is used as an object, as a subject, then as object of a preposition. So, the very first example is using of a gerund as subject. So, teaching is her passion. If you notice this particular sentence, teaching is a gerund and teaching is the word used as subject. If you know how to differentiate or bifurcate a subject and predicate, you can easily understand. The remaining part of a sentence after verb is the predicate. So teaching here is the subject, and your gerund acts as a subject. Reading is not my cup of tea. So reading here is the gerund. Gerund as subject. Cooking meals is your duty. So cooking meals is the subject here, but cooking is the gerund which is acting like a subject. So gerund as subject here is teaching, reading, and cooking. Next case is gerund as object. Now if the gerund is at the end of a sentence, that means when it is in the predicate side, it is acting as the object. As an object. So they have stopped complaining. Now if you notice, complaining is the predicate here. It comes after the verb. So they have stopped complaining. Complaining is in the predicate section or predicate part. So complain plus ing, the verb complain plus ing gives you the gerund complaining, and it is acting as object in a sentence. I enjoy traveling. So traveling is the object. He tried smoking. Again, smoking is the object. If you do not know how to differentiate a subject and predicate, you can refer to the video and the playlist, or the link will be given to you in the description box. How to differentiate between a subject and a predicate. The maker or the doer in the sentence is the subject, and after the verb the remaining part is the predicate, or you can say, sorry, it is the object. Next case is gerund as object of a preposition. So looking at the case, you can easily understand that there is a need of a preposition in order to form gerund as object of a preposition. So both these things will be present in the object. You are good at teaching. You are good at something. So teaching is the gerund, teach plus ing. You got the gerund teaching. But you are good at what? At teaching, at something. Use your subject because the maker, the doer is you. And what part of the activity is performed, or what work is happening, what activity is happening, that is teaching. Or what are you good at? If you ask the question, you get the answer as teaching. So teaching is your object. And the preposition here is at. So gerund as object of a preposition at is teaching. Maria was punished for stealing. She was punished for what? Or what crime, or what wrong thing, or what wrong deed? Then the answer is stealing. So for is the preposition and stealing is the gerund as object of a preposition. I'm fond of singing. I'm fond of what? When you ask the question. And who is fond of singing? I am fond of singing. So I is the doer of the sentence, so it is the subject. I'm fond of singing. So what am I fond of? Singing is the object. Of here is the preposition. So gerund as object of a preposition, of is singing. So I hope you understood the difference between subject and object as well. And gerund is object of a preposition. Now we'll understand gerund in compound nouns. So we have already discussed three things: gerund as subject, gerund as object, and gerund as object of a preposition. Now the fourth thing is gerund in compound nouns. The omelette fell from the frying pan. Frying pan is the noun. Even though both the words act as noun, fry is the verb, plus when you add ing, it becomes frying, so it is your gerund, and frying pan is your noun. So when you have such compound nouns, the word ending with ing is still your gerund. So compound noun here is frying pan, but the gerund here is frying. He ordered a new walking stick. So walking stick. Walking stick is your compound noun. Near the gerund is walking. It was a great turning point for them. Again, turning point is a single word. It's a compound noun. But if I ask you to pick up the gerund in this particular sentence, it would be turning. So you'll use the word frying pan, walking stick, and turning point. So I hope gerund and compound nouns is also clear. If you have any doubts, you can let us know in the comment section. It's time for you all to practice. So here are few words like thanking, fishing, swimming, seeing, eating, and painting. So what you have to do is you have to make sentences using the following gerunds. You have to make the sentences as subject, as object of a preposition, and gerund in compound nouns. Try to make sentences and write them in the comment section. Thank you. Keep learning, keep growing, and stay subscribed.